Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Daily Deck Profile. Today we got one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a super duper powerhouse of the time, one of the first Synchro decks ever made. In fact, it probably is the first Synchro deck ever made. It is Tele-DAD, also known as Dark Heroes Synchro, and you're about to see one of the craziest decks ever in all of history. One of my favorite decks too. It is starting off with 2 copies of Dark Arm Dragon. He got semi-limited at the time, but you know, he's just that good. 1 copy of Caius the Shadow Monarch, because you know what, bashing anything on the field is pretty good, and you can discard him for effects too. He's level 6, mixed that with Plague Spreader, which we'll see later, and that's a level 8 Synchro. It's not bad. Got some more level 6. We got Mally. This is the main level 6 that we'll be using, and we'll be sending them to grave with Dark Greffer, as well as things like Armageddon Knight, and a few other spells once we get to it, and that's going to help us make level 8 Synchros like mad. We got Stratos to search other heroes such as Diamond Dude, and for a little tech we got Doom Lord. You know what, remove their Stardust, activate some Destruction cards effects, why not? Got Breaker, because you know what, Breaker is still just so good back in the day. You know, only backer removal he really had was Breaker, because MST and Heavier at 1. So is Breaker, you know what, now that I say that. We got Sangan as well, help us search for our combo pieces, and you know what, he's just a good little dark monster. We got a Psychic Commander as a tuner, we got 2 Krebons as tuners, and we got a Plague Spreader Zombie. Keep in mind that so many of these guys are darks because it combos with the strategy of Dark Arm Dragon and the other dark spells we're going to be running. Alright, for our staples, we got Reborn and Heavy, still no Dark Hole, but we also got MST to hit those back row. We got 3 Emergency Teleports because, you know, it's just what's so good about this format. I love Psychics, man, so happy to see it. 3 Allure of Darkness. You saw the darks we're playing. You know, just gonna draw, get rid of our hands. It helps make this deck super consistent. 3 Destiny Draw. Did I say super consistent? Now we're putting Mally in grave as well. Well, that's pretty dang good. 2 Rhoda. This typically is gonna add Stratos, which is gonna add Mally, which we can discard off D-Draw, or we can add Greffer to discard our Mally. It's so good. Brain Control, steal their monster, tribute for Caius, synchro with it, do whatever you want. Moving up to the traps, we got 2 Phoenix with Wing Blast because we don't want to run destruction effects because there's Stardust in a metagame now. We want to top deck that guy instead. 2 Royal Oppression. This is the win the game card if you go first, set up a field and have this because there's not a whole lot they can do about it. Kind of crazy that this card stayed unlimited for so long. 1 Crush Card Virus because you're just going to destroy their opportunity and get rid of most of their monsters with this right off the get-go. We got 3 Solemn Judgment to protect the Royal Oppression. Also our fields, also get rid of their Synchros that they try to summon. Alright, well this was a complete powerhouse of a deck. It's Tele-DAD, also known as Dark Heroes Synchro. Oops, I forgot, it's the Synchro era, and we have extra decks now. So let's check out that extra deck. We got 3 copies of Thought Roller Arcfiend, 3 copies of Stardust Dragon, 2 copies of Red Dragon Arcfiend. Is it 2 copies of Colossal Fighter, Black Rose Dragon, Psychic Life Trancer, 2 copies of Goyo Guardian, and a Magical Android. There wasn't a whole lot of Synchros back then, which is why you run 3 copies of some of the more powerful ones. But, you know, definitely this guy, pretty big deal for the metagame as well, so look out for him. If you liked what you saw here today, consider subbing for Spub, because this is part of a series called Daily Deck Profiles, where I'll go over 100 IRL decks that I built at the same time in real life, all the way from GOAT format, all the way up to Hat format. And it's going to involve things that are meta, things that are creative, things that are just things I like. So, if you're interested in any kind of deck that you could imagine, stick around and see what I got tomorrow.